What's up, everyone? We're back at the Bear Pond Trailhead in the Seminole State Forest. We're going to do kayaking the Black Creek, hopefully up to Moccasin campsite, Moccasin Springs campsite. The dog with me today. It's going to be kind of a crash course. First time trying to teach her to be good in the kayak. I've gone kayaking with her before in a different kayak and canoeing plenty of times, but it's be the first time in this one, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well. If not, it's probably a board mission and see, maybe we do some hiking and stuff. So it's 2 in the afternoon, a few hours of daylight left. Let's get to it. So the kayak is rigged up. You can see the front passenger seat is where she's gonna go. I've rigged it up with this little thermarest mat, so she's got more of a flat, solid surface. The water is pretty wide. There are tons of gators in here, so I gotta be really careful. And like I said, we're just gonna see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. So I'm gonna launch. Alright, so that actually went really well, really smooth. She's staying calm. She's sitting up and investigating, but no issues yet. Launch was actually easier than I thought. So that took about 5 minutes, and she started to really settle down and lay down, which is great. It's actually a lot sturdier than I thought. She was moving around a little bit, stood up, turned around. Boat was solid. We've made it to Moccasin Camp. It took us about half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. Paddle here. Remnants of some fire and a lot of standing water. Whew. This place probably still brutal with bugs. This is the Moccasin Spring. It's definitely at a flood stage right now from the hurricane. Looks like we had some tree damage here, but that means plenty of firewood, so that's cool. If you see my other videos, recently I went camping, or took a day trip to Lake Norris Conservation Area, and then I actually went camping there within the same week, and there was more bugs than I care to deal with. It wasn't too bad. It was still pretty warm. It only got to the mid-60s at night. And around sunset, they were really bad. But with all this kind of standing water, I'm sure the site's very similar. So if you're gonna come out here, I'd come on a cold day. So we made it to Moccasin Springs via the river, the Black Creek, with the dog. That was my goal. Set it out. Mission accomplished. It was a little easier than I thought it was going to be, but you know, I'm not quite back yet. I still have to get back. It's going upstream. There was a couple of obstacles. Saw one gator. She did well. She kind of stood up and just kind of scoped around for a little bit, and then after a couple minutes laid down facing me. I think the mat was a really good idea because it just kind of stabilizes her and gives her some grip rather than plastic. So she's a mini Australian Shepherd, 40 pounds. This is a snap-on kayak, so not sure what your rig would be, but it is possible. The more I do it with her, I think the better she's going to become as far as being comfortable and being just chill. If she sees an animal or she hears a noise, that's when she kind of like perks up and wants to move around, which will move the boat around, and that's not what I want. So we're gonna head back now. Yeah, cool. Just a little day trip exploring. I've been out here once before on bikes. About a year ago when I started my YouTube channel, and there's some videos there if you want to check them out. All right, let's head back into the water. We're going downstream now. I can tell there's a big difference. It's just a lot smoother. She got in and took her less than a minute to really settle in. So that's good. That's what I'm wanting. Just some of the things you gotta watch out for. This is Florida living. So I'm going to make my recap video at home. Teaching her to kayak was easier than I thought. She did really well. She kind of stood up and looked around for a little bit and then pretty much sat down and stayed calm. There were animals, gators, birds, different things moving around which did catch her attention. Nothing to the point where she wanted to jump in the water and chase after it. So, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to get the consistency of exactly her calm state to travel on a long distance. That was very short with no other gear, no other people in the kayak as well. And specs on the kayak, it's a snap-on dual kayak. I can set it up for one person or I can set it up for two. With her, I set it up for the dual, the two people, and I basically put the thermarest mat flat on the front seat where the second person would go, and she just sits in there, and it worked fine. So I'm going to keep trying, and hopefully we can do some bigger trips, longer trips, multi-day trips, and I'll get back to you with that and see how that runs. But all in all, the Black Creek, it was a good place to teach her. It was wide and slow. There was enough obstacles to give it a real feel. You're going through the narrow chutes, a little bit of falling over trees and brush and things. So all in all, great time. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll try to answer them. I'm going to try to make some more kayak videos with Sequoia. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And here's to 2018, another year of adventures coming up. Thanks.